Welcome to Fantasy Recap. Today we will be checking out a 2022 fantasy action film titled Troll. Something gigantic emerges from a millennia-long slumber in the Davra Mountains interior. The beast rushes toward its palace while destroying everything in its way. Want to find out how this formidable creature of myths is stopped? Stay tuned. Caution, spoiler ahead. The movie starts as we see the troll peaks. Nora Tideman and her father, Tobias, sit on top of one of them and look at a beautiful, rough mountain range. Nora is talking about one of her favorite fairy tale stories, the story of the trolls. That one day, a group of trolls had too much to drink at a wedding and lost track of time. The sun rose and turned them to stone. After finishing the narration, Nora says it's just a story and nothing more. However, Tobias responds by saying that if you believe really, really hard, you can make fairy tales come true. Specifically, he says that you can make fairy tales about big trolls walking around out there come true. 20 years later, Nora is a paleontologist who digs dinosaur bones out of the mud. Currently, she is at a beach digging up the earth, searching for fossils. One of her partners receives a call stating that they can't continue with the excavation since it has been 6 months and nothing. Nora discovers something in the mud as the team celebrates the find. Elsewhere, the ugly progress of industry blows up a mountain to make a tunnel for a new railroad, and something wakes up and lumbers out of the deepest parts of the mountain, like an unholy metaphor for climate change caused by humans. A government team flags the incident, and the Prime Minister orders a bunch of scientists to be brought to her to formulate a theory as to what went down in the mountains. The concerned Prime Minister, a stone-faced general, a slimy politician, and a few other cliches are to meet with Nora at one of these top-secret, high-tech subterranean bunker headquarters after she is located and taken there by helicopter. They look at pictures of what look like huge footprints and civilian videos of a strange blurry shape that looks like humans smashing things. This makes the slimy politician make a snide comment about King Kong. Then Nora says she will put her work on hold in order to investigate the creature on Davra. She joins forces with Andreas, the Prime Minister's advisor, and heads to Davra on a helicopter. During the ride, Nora reveals that her mom died when she was 10 years old, and her father was declared psycho after a while and was locked in a mental facility. When they get to the ground, they meet Chris, a soldier. They are briefed about the situation, and then Nora interrogates an old couple whose house has been destroyed by the mysterious monster. The wife says she could hear a howling as though the creature was lonely and sad. She then examines the footprints left by the creature to see if there are any biomarkers, only to hit a dead end. She then decides to see where the tracks end, only to find nothing. The tracks have vanished into thin air, and there is no logical explanation for how something that big can disappear. Dumbfounded about what to do next, Nora takes the chance to get back in touch with her dad, who is now a crazy old man living in a cabin and obsessed with trolls. Nora discloses to her father that something has come out of the mountains. She then shows him the video. She then inquires if something in his work can help them find out what the creature is. Tobias then narrates how Norway imposed a maximum penalty for contact with trolls up to 1840. He then says that trolls wandered freely thousands of years ago. He adds that the Christianization of Norway killed the trolls, doubting her father's story and seeing as if he has regressed to being mental again. Nora asks her father why no one else knows this information except him. He responds that they were the ones who locked him in a mental hospital when he got too close to the truth. He says the government, since the old days, has been hiding the truth. That's why in all the fairy tales, trolls have been portrayed as dumb, evil, and stingy to tarnish their reputation and make humans look like the better race. With Tobias on board the helicopter, they investigate the mountains further. After flying for a while, Tobias immediately commands them to take the chopper down. Once they land, Tobias starts tasting the rocks and crossing out his map. Nora then joins him to help with the search. He says that the topography of the area is off, and nothing matches. Suddenly Nora starts to smell something which dubs as hypernature. Then suddenly, among the rocks, an eye stares directly at them. Nora is terrified and can barely move. What seemed to be a small hill is now moving. None of them can believe what they are seeing. A creature that has stone skin and tree roots for a beard, a long tail, and a huge nose which may or may not be anatomically correct. Chris then calls headquarters with a live camera feed of what is going on. Everyone at the underground hideout is shocked. Luckily Nora and the gang are able to escape unharmed and return to the hideout. Tobias tries to explain to the Prime Minister and her group that the creature is a troll. However, the slimy politician refuses to believe it. Tobias tries to explain to them that they were making a mistake by drilling the Davra Mountains, and even now, trying to attack the troll is a big mistake and that nature always responds. The minister then approves a military operation to take out the troll. Tobias then convinces Nora not to give up on the situation. Nora then convinces Chris to allow them to join him in the military operation. They then travel to Heidel, where the troll will likely pass by. The military then pans out and positions themselves to face the troll. A few hours have passed, and the troll has yet to show up. Nora and Tobias take the time to fix their broken connection as father and daughter. Nora says that she misses the adventure of Big and Tiny, their nicknames for each other. They reconcile their differences and promise to have more adventures in the future. As Andreas is playing around with Chris's night vision goggles, the ground starts to shake. The troll is coming. The military then starts throwing missiles at the troll. However, to their surprise, it instantly regenerates. It turns out tanks and machine guns don't harm it, only irritate it. They keep throwing everything they got, but to no avail. Angry, the troll destroys everything in its path, throwing military vehicle right and left as if they were toys. Seeing they are no match for the troll, the military retreats. Nora and the gang hide with a soldier who is badly wounded. The soldier begins to pray in the dire situation. As they are just about to leave, the troll sniffs out the praying soldier and eats him alive. It then turns its attention to Nora and the group. In an attempt to improve the situation, Tobias starts to talk to the troll. And the crazy thing is that it seemed to be working. However, a soldier situated at the back of the troll fires a missile that irritates it and turns around to crush the tank. As the troll turns, its tail hits Tobias squarely in the chest, throwing him into the air. The troll then leaves. Nora rushes to her father. Before dying, he mutters the words place, the king, home. He then tells Nora always to believe, and then he passes on. Afterward, Nora combs through her father's research until morning. The troll seems to be heading to Oslo, the capital, and they are running out of options on ways to stop it. As Nora and Andreas brainstorm, Nora comes up with a plan based on the reasons why trolls hate Christians. They propose the plan to the Prime Minister and her group. She explains that old myths cite that trolls threw large boulders at churches because they hated the sound of bells. The plan is about to be shut down until Chris steps in and convinces them that desperate times call for desperate measures. People are having fun at a theme park in a town on the path to Oslo. Then suddenly, the ground starts to shake. For helicopters attached to huge bells surround the troll. And for a brief moment, the troll is weakened to the point it kneels on the ground. However, it's able to grab an ice cream truck and throws it at one of the helicopters, weakening the sound of the bells. It then stands up and smashes another 2 helicopters. However, something peculiar happens. As parts of the crashed helicopter fall to the ground, the troll saves a child from the debris. But it seems Nora's plan to attack the monster with church bells has failed horribly, causing even more death and destruction. Even worse, news outlets from all over the world have now picked up the story and are spreading it everywhere. As the troll heads toward Oslo, the country's capital, the Prime Minister orders everyone to leave the city. Andreas decides to quit his job after learning that the government wants to bomb Oslo and, hopefully, kill the troll. Nora, on the other hand, lost her seat at the table. One more time, Nora makes an effort to learn more about the creature. Their journey to the royal castle is aided by Tobias's notes, and it is there that they encounter Chief Justice Rikard Sinding, who at last informs them of the existence of trolls in Norway. As it turns out, Tobias was right the whole time. These fabled beings once roamed the country's landscape. In order to keep the secret safe, Sinding committed Nora's father to a mental hospital when he came dangerously near to learning the truth. After the Christians killed the Troll King's family and left him for dead in the mountain, the royal palace was built on top of his castle. This is why the creature was trying to get to Oslo in the first place. He was trying to go home. Nora phones Chris and informs him that they intend to expose the king to the UV rays from a number of tanning beds after learning that trolls are, in fact, sensitive to sunlight. Chris tells some of his fellow soldiers to make a trap for the troll, and Andreas tells his friend Sigurd back at the top secret government facility to stop the plan to nuke Oslo and kill the troll. Sigurd is not only a fan of Star Trek, but she is also a very good hacker. Nora and Andreas place the skull of the Troll King's offspring in the back of the Queen's favored truck to lure him to the UV light trap. Even though Nora's plan is working perfectly, she changes her mind at the last minute, turns off the lights, and tries to save the creature's life. However, it's too late now. There are no clouds in the sky this time when the sun comes up, and it kills the Troll King. Even though everyone else is happy, Andreas and Nora start to wonder if more trolls are hiding in the mountains of Norway. Another troll emerges from the ruins within the Davra mountain cave in the final scene of the film. Could there be more supernatural creatures in the world that hide in plain sight? Please share with us in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. We really appreciate it.